So this is what most real estate text looks like, just is not very intentional. And this is the same clip when you actually treat it like design. Same footage, but completely different vibe. And we call it kinetic text. The gap between those two are about 4 different small decisions. Welcome to the Studio Sunday channel, and today, my name is Caden, first of all. You probably don't know me. I am the main editor here at Studio Sunday, and I'm here to help you guys with everything there is to do about real estate editing. First, I'll show you the 3 kinetic moves that I personally use, and pretty much everyone else. Then the design basics, so using text in a graphic design way, and how to make them more intentional and actually fit in the frame and not look like a template. And then stick around for 3 different ways to make your text pop. These are 3 different secrets that no one will tell you, for free at least. But today we will be using Final Cut Pro because that is what we use here at Studio Sunday. But if you use Premiere Pro or DaVinci Resolve, I got you because I will be making a video on both of those editors later on. So make sure you subscribe. Now in Final Cut, what you want to do is open up MotionVFX. And if you don't have MotionVFX, do not worry. We got you. Go to the link down below and you can get 14 days free. Now what you want to do when you have that all downloaded is go to the top here, go to M extension, and then search up Kinetic. Go down to the one that says mTitle Kinetic 2 and hit download. And that'll download all of these presets for you. Once that's downloaded, what you want to do is go over to your titles menu and search Kinetic. And that will basically list all of the presets for kinetic text. Now, like I said, there are only 3 movements we use from this list. So the first one we use is X77W, and this one basically pushes up from the bottom of the screen. This one's basically the go-to for editors just because it's such a simple movement, and you can have it like come up from behind an agent or something nice like that. But it's basically just the default that we use. The next one is Q4W4. So this one comes from the left to the right and fades in. And this one we use as basically an accent animation. Something that, adds a little variety, but you don't use it all the time. And then the third animation is no animation. So basically, just text shows up. And the way I do that is a little different than other people, and it's a lot simpler. So most people would go over to basic text, drag this in, and then, do build in, build out. But since I'm already in the kinetic text page, what I do is much simpler since I'm already in this menu. I just grab our X77W and turn off animation in, animation out. Then I'm not messing around in a bunch of menus and searching for a bunch of things all the time. I just know where that is. Now you might be wondering, this looks pretty basic. Yes, it is. But it's what comes next after this that makes the biggest difference. And that is the design that sells. This is basically designing your text using the movements and also the placement of the text, so where it is on the screen. So step number 1 is going to be picking your fonts, and these fonts are basically going to be the 2 fonts that you're going to use throughout the video. Now today we are going to keep it fairly simple on our fonts, and we are going to use the Inter family. Let's grab that. If you don't know, Inter 18 point is the better option because you have just a few more options to choose from when you're designing. Regular, and then we're also gonna go with Inter point 18. Let's go bold. So those are our 2 choices for fonts. Now when you're choosing fonts, make sure you choose fonts that complement nicely with each other. Don't be choosing a bunch of, wacky fonts that just don't look right together. The easiest way of doing it is what I just did right there. Basically choosing one main font family and then pick 2 different weights. That's the easiest way of doing it since it's in the same font family. This out of the way, we'll move that out of here and let's see what she is saying. So when we're watching this, we're listening for keywords, what she's actually saying, getting ideas of how we can implement movement into this, and also looking at the frame to see where we can fit text and where it would make the most sense to fit the text. So when I watch this, I'm hearing sections basically. So one section will be years of watching. What buyers. So what buyers will be together, maybe. Click on, search for, and come back to. So those will be like a list or something maybe, or maybe we'll use that left to right effect to make it list. That's what we'll probably do. So let's do years of watching here. So when we do years of watching, what I'm going to do is I am going to first type it all out. So years, my second word here, of watching. So those are my 3 words right here, watching. When we're doing this, we want to make sure each word is on top of each other, just so it looks better, like if you have a shadow. So years of watching. So now you have years of watching. Obviously, they're not all lined up correctly, but you know, you get the gist. It says years of watching. So now when I'm looking at this, I am basically thinking, what are my main words and what are words that don't really need to stand out as much? And when I'm looking at this, I'm thinking years of aren't really main words. So those can be smaller. Wait, regular, and of can be regular. Watching, it's a bit more of a main word, so we make that a bigger weight. So now it just stands out a little more. And then next is resizing and making it work with the frame. So what we're gonna do is first we're gonna grab our main word. So we're gonna grab our main word and we're gonna put it on top of her. Go to the end of the movement to make sure that we can move to where the end of the animation is going to be, where the word is gonna lie once the animation is done. And then for years of, so what we typically want to do is fit these in and resize. These can be smaller, and you want to fit these in where it would fit in if it was in the real world, I guess. So you see where this WA and then T is kind of jutting out? You want to fit this years in there. And this is that graphic design that I'm talking about. This is where we're starting to play with the words and see what fits in where. And then we grab our of. This can be on the other side in between the T and the H there, maybe. So years of, bit over. And while you're doing this, you want to make sure that this is going to all fit in the on actual social media. So this inner yellow box is basically kind of your outline of what you should be building in. Now, it does come in a little too slow, and what we like about MotionVFX is that you can change the timing of like how long things take to come in. The way you do that is you grab these handles at the end of the clips and just make them shorter, and then they'll come in a little quicker. Now for this one, what I might want to do is make years of and watching come in different times. So years of comes in at the same time.
Years of watching.
Now let's move on to what buyers. Let's grab our Q4W4, so left to right, type these in. And with these ones are a little different since they are coming with a preset color. So this one comes with gradient and then also highlighted text color. We want to disable these, unless you're going for a creative thing, but we want to disable gradient. We're gonna click this little red thing here and go over to our crayons here, and then we'll click snow. Now it's white. So with this one, we're gonna have what, and then buyers come in. These are gonna be really quick ones, so they're going to do this. So what will come in, do that, and then buyers will be next. And we're just kind of playing with the timing so that when what comes out of screen, buyers is coming up next. So once you have the animation set and all of that, we're gonna do our graphic design, and what I'm thinking is putting this here. So it's going what, and then buyers, and that looks pretty good to me. And one other thing that I want to point out is that I did not select my font, so enter 18 point, and then let's do, since these aren't really main words, let's do regular and then regular. Perfect, just like that.
Watching what buyers click.
And now let's do the last movement right here.
Buyers.
No movement. So we're gonna do click, select our font, and these I think are going to be main words. So let's do bold, and we'll also turn off our animation. And we're just basically cutting word by word and cutting in between the words. Okay, so, and then search for, just messing with the timing here. And now we're just typing in each word here. So now this is what it looks like.
Click on, search for, and come back to.
Basic, I know, but once we do this, next up, it's gonna really stand out. So basically what we are going to do is center all of these words. Click show horizon, under view, under the viewer, so we know where center is. We're going to go to the first word and center it. Make it bigger, center it a little more so it's good, and then we'll do that for every word. And these, depending on how much you want these words to stand out, you can make them as big as you want as long as they're inside those guidelines there.
Watching what buyers click on, search for, and come back.
One thing we can do with this last one here for 4, we can Command T, add a fade.
For and come back to.
Now you can also do, colors if you want. So maybe years. Maybe we'll make years. Just for the tutorial, we'll make it black. And then watching, we'll make yellow or red. Now obviously you might want to use different colors depending on the vibe we're going. This is a little violent maybe a little violent, but use your discretion. Now once you have all the movements done, there is one last thing that no one knows how to do. And this isn't including the 3 things that I'm going to be showing you at the end of this video, so stick around. But the last thing you want to do to finalize this text is you want to compound clip every single word that has movement. To do that, you will click Option G, enter, and now that text is in this compound clip. You'll do that for every single word that has movement. These singular ones do not need to do it. The reason we're going to do this is because we are going to add motion blur. Just makes it look clean and nice. Once you have all of your movement ones compound clipped, you will select all of the compound clips and compound clip those. And now what you want to do is go into that compound clip, go into adjustment layer. If you don't have this plugin, link in description. Grab a short one, extend it to wherever you need. However long the clip is, you just extend it to there. So there we have that. And then on top of that, what you're going to do is grab Motion Blur Pro, which link in description as well. Moderate motion blur, put that above the adjustment layer, drag that out. So now what you have is motion blur on it. So that looks a lot cleaner than what this looks like. And then one other thing that you can do that'll make this text fit into the scene, put the years of watching behind her. So what you're going to do for that is fairly simple. What you want to do is grab this, make sure anything that you want in front of her is above this new clip that you just made. And then with this top clip selected, what you want to do is go over to this wand, click on Add Magnetic Mask, click on her, make sure she's selected. What you're more so paying attention to is the top half of her, so it doesn't have to be perfect on the bottom half of her, just her head and part of her body, and then we will track that. And then once that's done, you'll press done, and now you can see this text is cleanly behind her. Now, since I've graded this, I am noticing that the years is, a little hard to see. So we're gonna go back, and you can go back and edit these words. Now here are 3 ways to make your text pop. I know we've been waiting all video for this, and here it is. So the first thing that I notice when I'm watching this is that this text is kind of just here throughout the entire thing until it starts going up, which is okay, but we can make it 10 times more engaging by doing another animation. So this is a cool way of making the text go out of the screen, and this way the text kind of just sucks behind the agent. And keep in mind, you can find all of these plugins down in the links below. So the first thing that you want to do is go over to your effects and search black hole. Now there is a vertical one and a horizontal one, I do believe. They're not labeled very well, so I just pick one and then hope for the best. As long as it does the black hole effect. Drag black hole onto your compound clip of the text you want to make suck behind her. Now make sure this is the one underneath that top clip there. So now you'll notice it's kind of half going behind her, half not. That's because we need to set keyframes. So you want to go to the beginning of where you want to start making the text disappear.
Watching what buyers click. Watching what buyers.
We'll do it here, just when she ends saying what buyers. We're going to set this amount to 0. So 0. Make a keyframe on that amount. And then we are going to go 3 to 4 frames ahead. We'll do 3. We'll do 3 for now. And then we are going to drag this amount to right when this bottom text disappears behind her. So right about there. You'll probably be noticing this as here. You'll want to turn off this dawdle. I don't know what that means, but we're gonna turn it off. So now what this looks like
Click on.
is that. And it doesn't look the greatest
Click on.
right now, but there's one more thing you can do, and that is click on this compound clip, put it in another compound clip, and add motion blur. So what we're gonna do is compound clip this, so Option G, go into that compound clip, grab an adjustment layer, so a short one, grab our Motion Blur Pro, moderate motion blur, drag that to the length of the thing here. You actually don't need to drag it to the length of it. All you need to do is actually find where it does its animation, just to save on PC performance, because sometimes it can be quite laggy. So you just want to find where it starts doing its movement, put the motion blur there, just go to the end, right there, cut it. So now what it looks like is this.
Click on.
Finalize it all out. You can grab an adjustment layer, put that to the end of where this kinda, or like a frame before, so right there. Start this adjustment layer here, and then go to your effects and grab a bounce. Since we're in a vertical project, we're gonna grab the vertical project bounce here and just put that on the adjustment layer. And that basically added a bounce animation to the entire frame.
What buyers click on.
So you can keep it like that, but what I typically do is select the adjustment layer, and then I go to vertical bounce amount. And when it's in the pluses, it basically means it's gonna go up for its first bounce, and when it's in the negatives, it goes down. And since our text is going down, let's set this to -15.
Click on.
And there you go. And now you just mess with the timing, so you can move this a little forward, I would say. That needs to be moved a little forward here. And then after, you can add like a slam effect. That makes it sound like it's slamming down or something. But that's later on.
Years of watching what buyers click on.
So now we have our animated text, graphic design, black hole effect with a shake. Now we have the non-animated stuff. And yes, it looks okay right now.
Click on.
But since it is basic text, we can spice it up just a teensy little bit. So the way we're gonna do that is first, I feel like there should be a little bit of, sort of a click or a flicker. So what we're gonna do for that is fairly simple. For this, what we want to do is go to the very beginning of the word that you wanna make flicker on, and you want to go 1 frame forward, cut it, 1 frame forward again, cut it there, 1 frame forward again, cut it there, and then 1 frame forward again, cut it there. And basically you're gonna go one clip there, no clip here, 1 clip here, no clip here. And what that'll basically do is make it flicker when it comes into frame.
Click on, search, click on.
So it just kind of flickers, and then you can do like a flicker sound effect there.
Click on
when you do your
what
sound
buyers
effects.
click on, search for, and come.
Just something real simple to make it, stand out a little more. And then one last thing to make it a little fancier if you want is to add a little color. And the way we do this is not very typical on how you would do it. So what you use is basically a difference mode, which is the blend mode up here. But first, before we do that, what we need to do is compound clip each word. So since that is flickering, you'll have to compound those, all 3 of those, and then you'll go to the next word, and you're just compound clipping every word that you want to be colored. If there's some text in there that you don't want colored, don't worry about compound clipping it, as obviously we're not doing anything to it. And this is something you can do to static text and also animated text. Now this is where the magic happens. So what you want to do is click on your first one, go over here into your inspector, over to blend mode, click normal, and then click difference. So what this basically does is show the opposite color of what clip is behind it. So this is the basic one, and then I'll show you colored here. So again, blend mode, difference. But this time, what we're gonna do is go over to the color page in the inspector. Where it says no corrections, you're going to click on color board, select color, and then with the global selector, you're just gonna go around and see what color you want. We'll go with kind of darkish purple on this one. And yeah, you just do that for every word, whatever you want, really. It's always up to you.
Years of watching what buyers click on, search for, and come back to.
And that, my friends, is literally it. Everything else is up to the editor. You know, the graphic design, what colors you use, what effects you want to use. It's literally up to you. This is just the foundation. So make sure you're just being creative with it and just playing around until something looks nice. And also, a key player in all of this is also sound design. So adding clicks, adding whooshes when things come up, adding slams when you're making things go behind the agent, just stuff like that. But anyways, if this helped you in even the slightest, make sure you subscribe and like this video. And if you need help with anything, make sure you leave a comment down below, and I will be making sure that I'm reading every single comment you leave, and also be trying to respond to most of them, because I know that we haven't really been good at doing that, you know? So until next time, hopefully next Sunday, I will see you guys later. Peace.